Rachel Zeglar, aka Snow White, aka just saying whatever she want to say. So Rachel Zeglar has made the news for weeks now. I was getting around to talk about it, but she's made the news talking about her movie Snow White and making some controversial comments about it and about the original Snow White movie. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and play this video for y'all.
You've told me before that your version of Snow White is different and it's more of a 2022 version of Snow White. What did you mean by that?
I mean, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Super weird.
So we didn't do that this time.
So no prince or a different kind of prince?
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story just because, we cast a guy in the movie. Right. Andrew Burnap, great dude. Yeah. It's one of those things that I think everyone's going to have their assumptions about what it's actually going to be, but it's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. And whether or not she finds love along the way is anybody's guess until 2024. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby. But it's one of those things.
So true.
It's an inner journey that she goes on to find her true self, and she meets a lot of people along the way that make the journey really incredible. Weird.
Yeah. So controversial comments. So Mel, have you heard about this?
Yes, I have.
You heard about this. So Mel, what were your thoughts about Rachel Zeglar after hearing her talk about, the Snow White movie, the remake she's in? Not just that, but also talking about the original Snow White movie. What were your thoughts about that?
I wasn't sure what she was talking about when she was saying the Prince Charming was stalking Snow White, which was weird because I seen Snow White and nowhere in the movie do you see him stalking her.
Right.
He only shows up to her one time when she's singing to the little animals. And that's the only time he meets her. And then he meets her again because she ends up dying. So I'm trying to get to the part where
he was stalking her.
She must have been watching some other movie. I'm dead ass. I'm for real.
Well, didn't Prince Charming kiss Snow White? When did he kiss Snow White in that movie?
It was towards the end. He kissed her, and then she wakes up, and then he puts her on the horse, and then
they go off into the sunset.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then on top of that,
the part that was getting me was when she's weird, making all that face.
Yeah.
Miss girl, please stop embarrassing yourself.
For real. And then she was also saying how maybe Prince Charming can be cut out completely. Because this is not a love story. This is of Snow White becoming herself or finding herself or whatever she said.
Yeah, I think she was saying there's not going to be a love interest or whatever. I think that's what she was saying.
Yeah, kind of what she was saying. I don't think she wasn't saying that altogether, that there won't be a love interest. She knows there's going to be a love interest, but I think she was saying that that's not going to be the whole story. That's not going to be the main story. What's going to happen is you're going to see Snow White trying to find out who she is, basically, kind of thing.
But the way she was making it seem about the movie, I do not want to watch it at all. If you're going to remake the Snow White, make it from the original, because I want to see that one.
Yeah, that's what people want to see these remakes for. They want to see this remake right here, Snow White, live action, basically of the cartoon, but with a few tweaks in there, because you got to kind of tweak it for today's age.
And also, I want to say when she was doing this little interview, they asked her about she watched Snow White when she was little. She said she got scared and she never watched it again. I'm trying to figure out
what Snow White was
she watching, because I'm pretty sure it wasn't the Disney one.
I said she was watching Snow White and the Huntsman.
I'm pretty sure it was that one
That's
too.
the one with Kristen Stewart. That's the one I said.
Yeah. That's the one that was coming to my mind. I was like, because the one in the Disney, ain't no way you're gonna be scared of that one.
Not a cartoon. I mean, you can't be scared of cartoons.
Unless she was talking about the witch. I don't know.
Maybe she was scared of the witch. But the witch wasn't really like creepy.
It was only in that one part.
She wasn't really ugly.
Yeah, it was only that one part she transformed into the witch.
Yeah.
I mean, she was a witch, but you know.
She was a witch.
Into the granny.
Oh, yeah. And when she was like, turned herself ugly and she gave
her the
Snow White the apple.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Now, I feel like Regis Zeglar is missing the point here. I feel like she's kind of missing the point. It is a remake after all. And the original Snow White, it was a love story. And she says, oh, this is not a love story. The original was a love story. It was. It was a love story. It was about Snow White, right?
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And then the prince saving her. What is wrong with that? She says, Snow White doesn't need a prince, or a woman doesn't need a man to save her. But that's what the story's about. It's a simple story. Literally, the original Snow White, just a simple story about basically, it's a fairy tale. It is a fairy tale. It is okay to have love in a fairy tale story. Like, that's all it is. It's just simple. Let it stay simple. It doesn't, I mean, you can put in there, you know, about Snow White finding herself. You can put that in there still, but the love story is a part of the story of Snow White. You know? You don't want to veer off left. But anyway, shout out to Extra for providing those videos. I appreciate it.
Weird.
Thank you guys for clicking on the video, watching my video, and make sure you support the show by hitting that subscribe button. Also, make sure you tell your mom, your sister, your brother, everybody you know, so they can watch the channel as well. And also, turn the notification bell on so you know when I post videos, and make sure you hit the like button so that way YouTube knows this is a good video. And thank you guys, and until next time, peace out.